Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Guardians Week. This week I have a few hot toys that I'm reviewing. There is 3 different hot toy figures that are from the Guardians of the Galaxy series. So hopefully you guys have checked out the other vids. If not, definitely go check them out. Today we have Rocket. So this is the MMS548 Rocket from Endgame. Taking a look at the art box. A lot of cool colors on this art box. I really like the design here. I've said this before in my previous videos where Hot Toys has been really doing a great job with these art boxes. There's a great render of Rocket on the front. Yeah, it's very stylish. I really like the detail and the texturing on the box itself. Looking at the side, it just says Rocket. It does look a lot like the other Endgame boxes. I like how they look all similar and they have a certain style. Both sides are pretty much the same. So yeah, there's the packaging. Can't wait to actually take a look at the figure, but first we're gonna have a look at the accessories. Alright, so Rocket actually has a pretty good assortment of accessories. There isn't a whole lot, but yeah, it doesn't need a whole lot. So first off, we have the Nano Gauntlet here. This is a Nano Gauntlet that you actually see at the end of Avengers Endgame. Yeah, pretty good detail. It's great paint. I do like the metallic shininess on it. Yeah, it's really detailed. I do like the lines on it as well. The gems look really colorful. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Then you have a couple of scarves here. The first one is kind of like a soft plastic scarf. It is soft and bendable, but you can't really pose it, so it's just meant to drape over Rocket's shoulders. Second scarf here, it is posable. It does have a wire running through it. It is fabric. Now, it's interesting that they have 2 different colors for the scarves, but I'm not that picky. So yeah, as you can see, you can just pose it the way you want it, to an extent. So it kind of works. I really do like that they give you the option of either one. And there is some fraying here, which is unfortunate. Next here you have a couple of goggles. They both look very similar, but they're used in different situations. One of them goes over his face, over his eyes, and the other one is meant to be above his eyes, just right on his forehead. They're both magnetic, and they will stick to the head sculpt's forehead, or eyes, I suppose. Here's a small assortment of hands for Rocket. Doesn't need a whole lot. Mostly he's posed with weaponry of some sort. But yeah, here's a hand that can hold his gun, his pistols, I suppose. And there's also another option for. It's weird that they have only like 1 right hand and 2 left hands, but oh well. Here we have there's actually 2 of each of these, but here we have Rocket's larger weapon. Don't really know if you call it a rifle or a machine gun. Maybe some sort of machine gun. But yeah, painted real nice. Nice sculpting on it, lots of detail. And here we have his 2 pistols. I really like the design of these. They have a whole lot of detail, and it looks real great with the Rocket. Yeah. Then we have this thingy from that one scene in Avengers Endgame. Basically, it's meant to extract the ether from Jane Foster. So yeah. And we have his basic stand. Looks really good. Again, nice texturing on the top. Nice little shiny A. I do like the way it feels. Very basic, but whoops. This top part likes to pop off though. I like how it's smaller just for Rocket. It is one of those clamping ones, and it is an action base. So the base, or the pole, actually does bend. And there's a little clamp. Alright. Voila! Alright, so here is Rocket himself. First impressions, I do like the way he looks compared to, I have another Rocket that's actually from the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, but I do like the way this one looks, just because it is detailed a whole lot more. I do miss the kind of like shorts, and it looks weird him wearing boots, but it's meant to resemble his look in the comic books, well, the blue costume one anyways. But yeah, I do like the way it looks first impressions. I do kind of wish the blue is a little bit more of a significant blue. It's not so muted, but still works. Let's take a closer look at him. Just undo his clamp here. Alright, so you'll notice his head sculpt is actually the open mouth head sculpt. There is no closed mouth head sculpt with this figure. Unfortunately, it's, yeah. Looking at the costume, yeah, there's really nice texturing on the costume. Yeah, I like the red trim out as well. Looking at the shoulder pad, it's like a soft plastic. It's very malleable, you can bend it. You do have some amazing details on here. There's some full leather parts alongside the textured body suit. It's a very nice belt. It's also full leather. Nice little pistol holders on the side. Man, did a good job with this texturing. And very nice boots. And he's got nice little knee pads as well. Paintwork is great. It's weathered really well. It's got kind of a tail here. And there's a little mark on the back of mine. I don't know if that came from the clamp, or if it's just like that. Yeah, so that's the back of Rocket. Alright, so articulation. His head can move left and right. And he can look slightly up. And he can look further down. So I like the little whiskers here. It's a very nice touch. Just having them there. They're kind of soft plastic, so it's kind of cool. Okay, so for his arms, he can go about that far up. And that far forward. Keep in mind your suit's going to get a little wrinkled there. Alright. Pulling his arm up. That's, I believe, a double bend. Oh, wow. Great job on articulation for the elbow. And his arm can go all the way back. That's kind of good. Alright, so I just kind of straighten the suit out here. Now for the other arm. Yeah, as I suspected, the shoulder pad is going to be kind of restrictive in the arm. Elbow's going to be the same though. He can make a kind of like a laughing pose. Yeah, and yeah. That's enough of that. Alright, so taking a look at his legs, you can sort of pull them up. That's somewhat of a kick. It's kind of cool. His knee bends. That's not too bad. Not really sure if it's double jointed there, or a double bend knee. And he can sort of go backwards. And it's pretty good foot articulation. Can go back and forth. Alright. Let's make him do the splits. Okay, without ripping his pants, he can go about that far. Looks kind of silly, but oh well. And a rocker. He does have a rocker on his feet. And, now that's interesting. I know for sure that this toe can bend, but mine is not bending up at all. Oh, there we go. You can sort of get it to go. Let's look at the other one. Oh, that was easy. So, well, one of my toes isn't bending that well, but the other one is very easy. I may have to work that one out. Kind of unfortunate, but not a deal breaker. Yeah, you have to kind of like make sure his suit doesn't get that wrinkled. Okay, waist twist. Just a slight twist left and right. And of course you can flip his tail around. Just kind of turn it up and down. So yeah. Alright, so let's do this again. Oh ho 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 ho. Oh ho 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 ho. Alright, so putting on his scarf here. Sorry, my lens is kind of blurred. There you go. So this one is the non-articulated scarf. It's very easy. You just kind of put it on there and put his head right on top. Just like so. Alright, let's install this other scarf. Now this one isn't as tight, so it's kind of loose around the neck. I'm just gonna pop his head on here. Alright, there we go. Let's kind of play around with the scarf so it kind of fits properly and it doesn't look so silly. Yeah, alright. So we're going to play around with his goggles here. First off, you have the magnetic one that sticks on top of his forehead. Just like that. Looks kind of nice. And then we have the other one. This one right here. You can tell which one is which by the length of the, I guess, what it would be arms, I guess. That one goes right on his face. Just like that. It doesn't look too bad either. I kind of prefer the other one though. Alright, something I noticed about his hands. There you go. So the more I played with his hands, or at least tried to install his guns in there, the more his hands kind of opened up. So eventually it got to this point where you put the gun in, it doesn't stay in. That's not really cool. It's very unfortunate. I think it's just because of the size of them. They're just so small that they're easy to I guess, widen. To still put the guns in there, but kind of a pain trying to get them in there. Size comparison, we have Rocket with a Coca-Cola Zero Sugar can. Almost the same size, actually. Here's Rocket with Thor, one of his buddies from the movies, I guess. Both Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. Here's Rocket with Star-Lord. Look pretty good together. I do like the height comparison. Here's Rocket with Nebula. Again, these two look very good together. And here is Rocket with the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 Rocket. They look very similar. Notice the fur color is a little bit different. Oops. Let's kind of have a closer comparison of the two. Let me just remove him from his clamp here. And grab the other Rocket. Alright, so first off, obviously the head sculpts are a little bit different. You have just the regular head sculpt on the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 Rocket, and then you have kind of like the open mouth one. Yeah, there are definitely differences between the two. Like I said, I do miss having the kind of barefoot Rocket. But they're both kind of cool. Like usually I would sell the older one of the figures that I have, but I do want to keep this first Rocket just because he looks so different. For those of you who are wondering if you can actually install the old head on the new body, you can't, just because of the ball peg. I don't know why they did that, it's kind of silly.
I guess you could try to manually remove that ball peg, but I don't know if it'll fit. Here's a rocket with Infinity Gauntlet. Or sorry, the Nano Gauntlet. The Infinity Gauntlet obviously is the first one. This one is the one from Endgame. Final thoughts. So, I do like this figure. Now, do I recommend him? Depends. If you have a rocket, maybe not. It depends on whether or not you like this costume better. I wish he had a head sculpt that wasn't the open mouth version, just because it's kind of situational. Situational in that you always have to have him posed so it matches his face. Like you can't have him crossed-armed with an open mouth because it's, it just doesn't match. So you always have to have him posed in a certain way. And unfortunately, for some hot toy collectors, they are kind of limited in what they can pose them into. So that's a downside, I think. I also don't like the hands. The more I use the hands, like I put the weapons in there, the more they open up, and it gets harder for me to place the guns in there. I do like the articulation on here. It's efficient. It's a little bit more than what I expected. The other rocket is about the same in terms of articulation. I unfortunately don't have the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 rocket, so I can't compare that one to these ones. But yeah, again, do I recommend them? If you have a rocket, maybe. If you don't have a rocket, then yes. Hopefully that helps out. Anyways, just be sure to keep an eye out for the other 2 videos for Guardians Week that I'll have, and definitely like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you later. Bye. Yeah. All right, so let's do this again. Oh ho 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 ho. Oh ho 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 ho.